Okay, so this is DJA4, which is effective technology tools. So my name is Garrett Massey. My student teaching or observations are at Heritage Middle School, which is part of the Friendship District. And one that we use a lot is quizzes. And so what quizzes is it's an interactive tech tool, and students learn by completing quizzes and interactive lessons that teachers pre-make. So teachers will go in. My teacher really likes to make quizzes, and you can use them as summative or formative, and just kind of get to know who students are, or actually put grades in the grade book about it. And then you can also do lessons with it, like kind of intro to slideshow, and then students are able to kind of respond to prompts and stuff like that. So I think a pro is that it's an interactive tool for kids to use in learning. So if you were just up there talking at them, you couldn't necessarily maybe tell what they're learning. But I think, especially for EBs, if they have the opportunity to respond, like if you have a prompt after a little bit of the lesson or something like that, as you're going through the lesson, you can kind of check and gain, kind of make sure about their understanding. But that's a double-sided sword, because one of the cons is that students want to try to rush through it. It's at their pace, and so their participation isn't great. And those tend to be lessons tend to be fast-paced because students are trying to rush to get something else, maybe. And so it can be used as a really good tool to see where students are at. But sometimes students may rush through it or not try as hard as they maybe should, just that way they can complete it quicker. So technology tool number two is GimKit, and GimKit is kind of similar. That this one is a lot more, I guess, based on quizzes or based on questions. So there's not a lot of content uploaded on here. It's a lot more actually seeing what the students have learned. There's a lot of different game modes, so the kids really like it because they can play against each other, and there's different type of game modes and stuff like that where like one that the students really like at Heritage is there's like a pirate ship one and there's a Minecraft one. And so they're kind of competing against each other. It's almost like a video game. And so student participation is high due to kind of wanting to complete it, wanting to be first. And teachers can use it as a grade. And so they have a function where it can grade it and kind of see how it's going. But the competition between each students can lead to kind of classroom conflict, just kind of student to student. Like sometimes there's some trash talking that maybe gets out of hand and stuff like that. But I think it might put EBs kind of against students who have been studying English their whole life. And so maybe this could kind of create some discouragement, like let's say if they're kind of falling behind and maybe a student is talking trash to them or something like that. This could kind of maybe hinder it, but it can also be used very well as far as students really like using it. You can gain knowledge of what they understand very well, and so students, I feel like, try very hard because they're trying to complete it and they're competing against other students. Okay, technology tool number three is very social studies based, but it's the map is history. And so this is interactive websites where students can watch videos of maps and how they develop. So it kind of shows maybe ship patterns or certain countries, how they expand in wars, and kind of goes along with the timeline. So I think this would be really helpful. It's narrated. There's not a lot of words. And so it's something interactive that they can read and another way to, or watch. And it's another way to take in knowledge that is not just reading or listening to the teacher. And so I think that that's really good. Students kind of see what's happening and gain a better understanding that way. It kind of goes along with the timeline. And then a con is a lot of these at this website, the Map is History website, they're not U.S. history focused, and it's just videos. So there's not great ways to check for understanding as far as on the website. It's just kind of watching videos, and so students can zone out easily. Maybe students don't understand some of the words that are being said, and so there definitely are limitations. And then a lot of their stuff is more about world history. So that kind of depends on what you're teaching, or as far as history goes, or what kind of unit you're in, maybe. But yeah. And then the fourth one is Nearpod. So I used this in high school and really enjoyed it, but it's kind of interactive lesson plans and slideshows that teachers can make. And so teachers can take polls, there's free responses, they can check for understanding, and they can ensure participation, like everybody participates. Pros, student engagement is high and it prompts responses. So once again, you can kind of check for their understanding. Hopefully they're able to almost kind of make, teachers are almost kind of able to make summative assessments in the middle of this. Check for understanding, make sure that it's going well. The cons are that students have free responses, kind of depending on the format. So a lot of the formats are free response. So, there's not necessarily guidelines of write this much. A student can get away with something very simple, or kind of working halfway on it sometimes. So students kind of have the freedom to do what they want. And then kind of another issue is due to that free response, sometimes students maybe say stuff they shouldn't, or aren't always answering the prompt in the way that the teacher wants. And so there's a little bit of give and take there as far as it can be a great tool, but it's public. The whole class can see what's going on. And so sometimes it can definitely be a distraction as well. But I think all these technology tools are very helpful. I really enjoyed Nearpod, but I wasn't an EB. And so I just think it's another good way to have the information presented where someone isn't necessarily just talking at you, but you're more working through it and working with it as well. So thank you.